But you can do a little bit of detective work to figure out what race he is, especially a Zerg. One, if you don't see an Overlord, by the time your Overlord's halfway across the map, he's probably not Zerg. Two, if a probe doesn't show up by a minute and a half, all signs point a lot closer towards Terran. Now, what does that mean? Nothing, because I have exactly the same build. The only thing that might change is where I put my pool. Against Zerg, it's part of a wall-off against early pools. Against Protoss and Terran, it's on the edge of my main for scouting. Because if a drop or zealots come in, which is more valuable to me? Half the HP on my spawning pool, or a dozen drones? He's Zerg, by the way. Unfortunately, I didn't figure that one out in time. Wait, was that? I just see another... My eyes... Oh, I had my second Overlord back at home, hedging my bets. But it does not pay off. The second Overlord is supposed to be at the third. I don't think he went to the third. My eyes zoned out. And I don't know where I saw a drone go.
Provide assist. That real estate's reserved. The Queen is ready for her coronation.
It was a third. Okay. What am I doing going speed lanes? You think I can't win this duel? He got one.
More overlords are necessary.
Let's hope my speed is done first. It is. Oh no. I made any amount of lings, which encouraged him. He's like, oh, I guess we're doing lings now. Live, damn you!
Our army's in a skirmish.
Those look like lings as well.
The enemy's begun hostilities.
Oh no! I popped my Bane too early. And that's actually a big issue. But now he's kind of in ling mode, so... Like, he is making Zerglings now. That is the strat.
Your force is under attack. Take control of the situation.
think I have enough obies? Oh. Yeah, ZVZ is a little hectic early.
The enemy's begun hostility.
What? We still had Lings in the main?
You need more Vespine.
Okay. Oh. 740.
Mineral patch has been strip mined.
Choosing the timing is key. Like, it would be harder if it was a strict limit, but like, he made 100 Zerglings. It would be kind of silly to just... Alright, 10 seconds. It's gonna be a little dicey. Alright, let's save the day.
Mineral field is out. Claim another. A mineral field is depleted. I hope you aren't just sitting. I'm told your Zerg mutation is finished. Make more overlords.
That's changeling in my main.
Spawn an overlord.
I couldn't click
You
it in
need more
time because
energy.
I'm bad.
We need more overlords to exert control.
Is there a Nidus? Mutas?
Fascinating Zerg evolution. Enemy raid on our forces. Be pragmatic. Your force is under attack. Take control of the situation. Our army's in a skirmish. The enemy's begun hostilities. Your Vespine reserves are lacking. It looks like get more minerals. Be industrious. The mutation is mineral. We need to dig up more minerals. You haven't got the minerals yet. Your base is under attack. How will you respond?
I will ignore it. That is the plan.
Zerg Queen has emerged. Evolution, they're hitting your base. Spring the trap.
I'm hitting their base, that's the play. Alright, that's the big sneaky trap here.
Mineral field is out. more minerals. It's all in order.
New subscriber detected.
So, for some reason, I legitimately don't know. It placed me in platinum. So I am taking a minute break of each game in the first 10 minutes. Just to assess the situation and, you know, like, just take a breather. He didn't take a breather. Look at all that APM. Yeah, imagine how many times you click those Zerglings. That's a lot of Zerglings clicked. You could get away with a 2-minute break? I mean, it depends. The fact I'm picking the timing makes it a lot easier. After 50,000 games of playing and casting, like, I know when you can get away, and especially, well, and however much Angry Coach, especially Platinum Zergs, I just know it's super obvious when they're gonna, it's super obvious when they're taking their macro turn, because they don't usually take a macro turn. Usually it's a micro turn, and then another micro turn, and then a micro turn. And if the game's still going, they take a macro turn, but it's super obvious when it's happening.
Got the minerals for that.
I mean, all races have that, but Zergs, because of how their production works, it has the, this is why Archon mode is Zerg is so hard as well. Remember Archon mode? The production and economy are all kind of intertwined. They're all together, coming from the same larva. So it's very easy, and it's usually good to be like, now I'm building waves of drones and now waves of units, but you don't always want to be like that. No, GM feels like GM with focused practice over a medium period of time. I was GM as random for a couple years, but now I'm a caster. A professional commentator and analyst is yes. Well, what I tell people who don't know what esports are,
You need to dig up
and I don't really feel like explaining because I know they won't really warm up to the idea. I say I do online advertising, so what I'm trying to say is like and subscribe. And that honestly is probably the most true. They understand advertising. And their fucking Candy Crush. They get that much. What the fuck? Dude, no, stop. What? Go away! Micro! OV micro! At the speed of molasses! Did you know OVs are slower than flying buildings? You guys want to see a comparison? Why can't we strap some jetpacks to the back?
Get more minerals. Our army's in a skirmish.
Oh, a follower.
You need to dig up more minerals. You haven't got the minerals for that.
It's definitely an original build. I like to put creep tumors, ideally 2 creep tumors down each lane. This isn't just like mineral stacking and all that. This isn't nearly as relevant as it once was. It used to be creep took almost twice as much time to spread. But it did spread slightly further. So, but now it spreads pretty quick. Ah, yes. Yeah, what are you doing, Mr. Zerg? I see you. Alright. Remember, he only has 1 orbital right now. So that's quite an economic commitment.
Set it down on creep.
What are you
haven't
doing
got
there?
the minerals for that. You need to dig up.
He's worried. There's Zerg and they exist. And that is why we must do away with this cumbersome democracy
Under attack.
and instead create the first galactic market or something. I don't know. We're gonna have
The
to.
queen is ready for her coronation. Why would you even want to morph that there? Zerg Queen has emerged.
That's not for Hellbats. That's for Thor's. Though there may be Hellbats. Probably mostly Thor's, though.
Get more mineral. Build it on yourself. You haven't got
The Hellbats are like, I think Hellbats are a thing people do.
You're low. You need more energy. Find a solution.
That's actually kind of a weird amount of shit.
Creep tumor under attack. Not looking forward to watching another one. You need
Alright. Pro gamer moves here. Right. Taking damage to these. So, what happens now? He had no starport units. Okay?
Get more minerals. Be industrious. Not enough energy. Start rationing. You're low. Morphing
It's
there
time.
is impossible.
Momentarily.
You need to dig up more. Not enough energy. Start rationing. You don't have nearly enough Vespi.
7:30. Oh, it was for cloaked widow mines? Oh shit, the mines are still there.
Mineral patch has been stripped by.
Oh, good. Now I have your attention.
Pod champ.
Mineral field is out. Name another.
Let's go for 2.
Fascinating moment in Zerg evolution.
Yeah, his macro
A new
turn is ending
mutation.
soon, though.
It's one of ours.
So we gotta be
A
careful.
mineral
His
field
macro
is
turn's
depleted.
probably ending
I hope
around
you
now.
aren't just sitting on them.
No, it's not Medivacs. I think it's Thor's. I think I was right on the Thor's.
The enemy's begun hostilities.
Those are Vikings. Those are multiple Vikings. Those are reactored Vikings. Alright. Let us begin. Upgrade. Upgrade. Infestation pit. Gas. Rounded drones. Every hatch. A little scout. Queue them up. Hydras. Ah!
A mineral field is depleted. Our army's in a skirmish.
I completely forgot about him. Fucking Whittle. Say he max now? He's not max now. He's not even remote. If he was Maru, he'd be hard pressed to be max now.
Be pragmatic. Make
At
more
9
rewards,
minutes
or
after a
keep
2-base armory push. Especially after building 2 Vikings.
The enemy's in our base. Pay attention.
Wait, are you serious? Okay. Oh my god. Really?
Our army's in a skirmish. Your force is under attack. Take control of the situation.
Oh, but the plays!
Done evolving.
The quadruple prong gaming. This is why, by the way, I build the lair at the natural. Because what is he killing now? He's gonna kill a hatch that was mining out. Unfortunately, he did forget combat shield.
Mineral field
I really thought he would go mech. But remember, you're not allowed to walk. The floor is lava.
mutation is finished.
New subscriber detected.
Inadequate Vespine gas.
It's far too dangerous to walk on the ground.
No, set it down on.
Oh no, my spawning pool is
Use
bleeding
of
out
spawning.
slowly. The slow death off of creep. Just
Why
like,
would you even want to morph that there?
it's like you're stranded with no fresh water in an ocean of, except instead of an ocean, it's land
Fascinating. The queen
without
is
creep.
there, you give her coronation.
And that's what happens to Zerg buildings. You gotta build on slime. That's why you gotta have your slime.
A queen.
Otherwise, you're gonna have a bad time,
New mutation.
like they say in the Brood.
You need more Vespine.
Gotta have that prime time slime time. Otherwise, you won't be able to capitalize on Terran wine time. Thank you, Mr. Plasma Dude, for inducing. For those of you in the YouTube comments right now, this is where you type out, Winter, I'd like the videos of you playing more if people weren't so supportive while you were streaming live on Twitch.
The enemy's
By the way, I just need to make sure we got that one out there. Like and subscribe.
That'll work if you plop it on a pile of.
At least it's not the every single one of the gift subs, though that'd be fine. That going off, that was a little much, because people are just so generous, it's annoying.
That real estate's reserved. Your Vespine reserves are lacking.
Like,
Mineral
Mr.
patches
Plasma
been
Dude is so generous, he didn't even sub himself. He just wants the people. You. The people.
Mineral
To
field is
experience
out.
it.
You're at max supply. Everything's spoken for.
This is fair.
These Frenchmen, they're hitting your
He's
base.
got quadruple prong drops. Oh my god.
Begun hostilities.
Unfortunately, I am just killing him, but
Our armies
this forces me to not just attack. I mean, barely, but thing is, if you have Maru learn this. This is the Maru play, which is work really hard to split up your army into bite-sized pieces. He has +1, +0. My roaches are +3, +2.
Your force is under attack.
The bio still wins, of course.
They're hitting your base. Our armies in a skirmish.
That's how bad roaches are.
New subscriber.
The enemy has begun hostilities. Enemy has ambushed our drones.
I want the Brood War Hydra sounds.
It's all
Looks like we still rack up a grand total of 0.5 Gs. Let's show you the macro turn, so you know what I'm talking about. What was it? 6:30 to 8:30 was when I was AFK. Now, I do acknowledge, like, I decided maybe we do one where it's us, like, this is the timing you go AFK. But part of the point of this is, like, I can go AFK for 2 minutes and with no question still come out on top by just focusing on important priorities as opposed to trying to out-multitask someone who's AFK. It wasn't minute 5. Oh, wait, hard stop. The hard stop will be more difficult, obviously, because the counter argument is like, well, Winter, you already set yourself up with upgrades building, you had another hatchery, you had some larva injects queued up, and, like, you had a good overlord spread already. So it wasn't even... Didn't I? Didn't I, though? Well said. Anyways.
This better be good.
Let's have a blast.
So this is when the macro turn begins. Because I know when I didn't see a starport unit with it, I thought it very unlikely it would be a battlecruiser after you see an armory. It could happen, but as you can see,
Add-on complete.
I will say, like, if he had a build, yeah, going for 2 Vikings. This is an interesting case. Like, this is a... Oh, he had a 3rd. I mean, I thought so, but I never really... This is a, It is really the finger painting Terran. No, that's not right. How do I describe it? It's like when you kind of have an idea... Oh. It's when you get punched in the face, which, obviously, I as you can tell, happened repeatedly. When you get punched in the face, you're like, oh yeah, maybe I should stop doing stupid shit, and now I should do smart things. Except those smart things in your mind are doing, like, multi-prong drops, so not really, but, like, he went with whatever he was doing in the early game, and then he's like, and now I'm macro. I think if he just cut out, like, is it condescending? A little, to be like, but if he just cut out most of, like, 4 Hellions, no armory, go. And then take your macro turn, because that was actually the best player we faced. By the way, the 2 Zergs, the Zergling people, there's essentially Zerglings, and then etc. is how you could describe them. They have no hope of dying. That guy has hope of dying, I think. Like, he's on the right track. He's just got to really, really narrow it down. But at least he's going in the right direction.
I expect a command performance.
Random players? Well, random players are almost 10% of the ladder until you get to Masters. I mean, I don't blame him. Masters is 5%, and in GM, there's usually 2 to 5, depending on how many accounts Pig has there. I don't... And if I'm having a particularly good season. Is pretty much it. Or if Scarlet feels like playing random. Essentially, GM random is for streamers or pros. Thank you, Mr. Plasma Dude. So generous. Do they deserve it? They have it now.
Need to dig up more minerals.
It's not about who deserves it. All right? This is the internet. It's about who yells a lot in chat. What happens if Winter doesn't... If I don't take a break by, I don't know, like... Well, I said 10 minutes. We'll say like 8 minutes. Then I'll give 10 subs to the chat. Am I not generous? There's a downside. Like, it's not just honor system. It'll cost me. So, and also, if I lose the game, if I cut the break shorter than a minute, if I take until after 8 minutes, or I lose... 10 subs to the chat. You see now? There you go. I think he's Zerg. Start 1 minute late. The thing is, I don't really want to do like a super like gimmick cheese hour thing. I actually was looking to play. I don't know why I placed this low. My random is Masters, but anyways, this is ostensibly educational, which I've had a little bit of a lack of lately. Where it's like, this is like literally if you spend the first 5 minutes setting yourself up well, you can go AFK for multiple minutes and still be fine. A lot of players focus so much on the early game, they don't set themselves up for anything past. It's one of my most clever, not that clever, but a little clever, and true sayings is not every game below higher diamond could be won in the first 5 minutes. But most of them could be. And that's kind of what we're trying to demonstrate here. Five minutes, of course, is a bit of a loose... It's not exactly fun, but the idea is if you set yourself up well in the early game, you have a lot more to work with in the mid-game, so that way you don't always feel like you're desperate to counter things. Like, there are corners that can be cut that people don't really seem to acknowledge are there. He's still mining gas. Which doesn't necessarily mean anything.
Get more minerals. Enemy raid on our forces. You haven't got the minerals for that. Evolution.
So, here's what I found, just as like a meta discussion. I feel like it's more of a patronizing move to tell someone I'm smurfing and I'm gonna do this. And also the reason I don't play viewers is I've tried it before. They choke. Or they play weird. or intentionally don't do builds that you'll see on ladder. Like, nobody wants to be the guy who 2-raxed Winter during the guide video.
No, set it
Right?
down on
Like, and I don't, like, that happens to me. Like, I get nervous sometimes. Like, I play occasionally, players like, I played Nina off racing. And, like, it's an even match in ZVZ, but I'm like, I don't know.
Find a solution.
So, it just doesn't give you that representative sample kind of deal.
Build it on creep. I don't care how it's. You're low on. Your force
Actually,
is
I think
under
my
attack.
Zerg is
Take
technically
control
better
of the
than Nina's.
situation.
But that's not going to get me very far.
Harness a geyser instead. Get more minerals. Be industrious.
Do I have enough OVs yet?
You haven't got the queen. You need to dig up more minerals. Get more minerals. Be industrious. You haven't got the minerals.
Okay,
for that.
5:30 to
You need to
6:30.
dig up more minerals.
Oh my god.
Get
Why?
more minerals. Be industrious. The enemy's begun hostilities.
Wait. Moving your camera doesn't count as any actions. You can see on the APM counter because you haven't actually issued commands to anything. Oh no. Shit. I should have rallied to the third. Well. Oh. That's a man who's taking his macro turn, but kept getting alerts on the minimap.
Your force is under attack.
He's like,
Take
well,
control
this
of the
is annoying
situation.
me, but also, I'm trying to macro. He started his upgrades later, so what I'm going to do is hold down the R key. And then A click.
It looks like it's done evolving.
That's the plan.
Mineral patch has been
Mirror
strip
match
mined.
is hard to do in 2 minutes.
Mutation is complete. Just look.
We're going to wait till these are almost done to go. I'm getting a Hydroden because there's a small. What is the fucking button? Cold keys again. There's a small chance of mutas. Probably Roach. A little late for the spines. High chance of mutas. And also apparently my Hydroden didn't build.
A mineral field is depleted. I hope you aren't just sitting.
He couldn't resist. At first he resisted the select army hotkey, but it didn't last. He actually had the mutas going the other way for a bit. And they changed directions a couple times until they finally gave in. I need to stop doing such pinpoint micros for no reason.
Our army's in the skirmish.
Are there drones out here?
Enemy raid on our forces. Be pragmatic. A queen's here to. The enemy's begun hostilities. Be industrious. Your force is under attack. Take control of the situation.
He has +1 langs.
Mineral field. They're attacking. Our army's in a skirmish.
That is a lot of mutas.
Walking there is impossible. fascinating moment in Zerg. Enemy raid on our forces. The enemy's in our base. Pragmatic. Pay attention.
Spore crawlers do extra damage to biological, and they only hit air, and only one race has biological air. So you can do the math on that.
Spring. The enemy's begun hostilities. It's all in order.
Do we count that as a GG? His clan tag was GG unit, which is just objectively a pretty good clan tag. What? Oh, he was random. I do not recommend playing random below at least like diamond. It makes it a lot harder to improve on anything specifically. If anything, I recommend playing one race at least half the time. Whichever one you think is coolest, and then off race individually. When I didn't start playing random till I'd already gotten masters with each race individually. And I only started playing random because I'm like, this seems like more people will watch my stream. I'm not a pro gamer, but almost nobody's playing random. And that was true. No longer true, as people have figured out why most casual viewers would rather watch random players. So like, for example, and I think this is a pretty good... You know what? I might have been wrong on... No, I wouldn't have been wrong on this. But I recently, if you're watching on YouTube, because I've been struggling for casting since I cut myself in the throat by eating glass. Not quite. Close enough, though, actually. No glass, but close enough. So I asked YouTube, so... Which of these things is an armored unit? I guess if you haven't seen it, Twitch.
More overlords are necessary.
Queen, Ravager, Viper, or Raven. One of those is an armor. Only one. What is it? Get an idea in your head. So we got 4,000 votes in just a few hours on YouTube of people who just first thing, just think on it for a sec. Well, this is what the people came up with. The answer is Viper, by the way. The thing is, well, it was pretty deliberate. It's like, that is a little obscure. Yes, but the fact it was the least choice, the fact that 79% of people, even people if they did want to, could have looked it up. I mean, it's a YouTube poll. Who gives a fuck, right? Like, but I was like, and that means it was a good question for. You're gonna see more of that, by the way, because I enjoy proving. Like, I gotta find, because I can't angry coach everyone, but I can do it by proxy. So, we're getting better and better at that. This video, this cheese hour such as it is, Angry Coach itself, YouTube polls, we're just finding new and creative ways to prove to people they don't know what the fuck they are talking about. Sometimes me, occasionally me. You know what I didn't know until kind of recently? Banelings have no tag except biological. Banelings are not light units. They just don't have much HP, which is why they feel like they're light units. But they don't take extra damage from Hellions. But that one actually, like... I was like, wait a sec, I just kind of assumed they were light. Thank you, Mr. Plasma Dude. You're next to my all-time big streamers.
You need more energy.
Medium
Find a
praise.
solution.
Thank you.
The queen is ready for her coronation.
Queens are just bio? No, they're one other tag.
A queen's here to
And what is it? Psionic, which makes it so Ghost, well, actually Ghost can snipe them because they're biological, so that's not a good example. Brenda. The tag is Brenda, who is psionic. She knows what kind of bullshit you're thinking.
You need more energy.
Is he mining from this yet? Or are there more shenanigans afoot? Oh no. I'm gonna die. I'm gonna have to give subs for not going AFK and for losing the game. I don't know what's going on. This can't be good.
To dig up
It's gotta be a battle cruiser, right? I'm getting a second spore. I just went 3 CC out of reflex, which is...
You haven't got the minerals for that.
I'm still building drone. Why though? I'm gonna build a lair in the main this time. There's only so many bases that you could hide in. Oh, he's expanded now. A single liberator.
No.
I'm predicting 5:30 as the timing. He's microing that lib.
Make more overlords. Or keep fixing. Not enough energy. Start rationing.
He's microing so hard.
We need
Good
more
thing I have enough
overlords.
scores, because I thought it was BCs and not one of the latest liberators you could have.
There is impossible.
While still calling it a liberator. We're gonna go 6 to 7. That's where we're gonna end up.
The queen is ready for a queen's here.
I can move the camera. So where are we right now? There's a widow mine there. 2 gases, mining with 1 in gas. Liberator's going home. He's taking his macro turn. This doesn't mean it's mech. Is it cheating to actually look at my OV during this? I mean, come on. There's not much being added on here. Oh,
Mineral patch has
There's
been
something.
strip mined. A mineral field is depleted. I hope you aren't just evolution.
he's got 3 in gas now.
Impressive.
Let's go to 8. This is a bit risky.
Mineral field is out.
He might come up with a 2 base. Is that for a 3rd? The way he's moving. Look him in the eyes.
A mineral field is depleted. I hope you aren't just sitting on
New subscriber detected.
it. Mutation is complete. Just wait.
This music reminds me of the Titanfall 2 music. All right, 2 minutes down. I'd say about 4 to go. No, 3.
Want to morph that there. Your force is under attack. Take control of the situation.
Mac probably could have predicted that. He's gonna try to take both bases at once. An expanded the extended edition of a macro turn. You clever girl.
That real estate's reserved.
Okay. So that's what he was up to. That's why he had almost nothing.
There is impossible. Our army's in skirmish.
Wait, did I get road
The
speed?
enemy's begun hostility.
Just that slow, though. Just how they are, okay? Don't judge them. Did I ever get... Oh, I did get the hydrogen.
Inadequate Vespine gas. Concentrate on our forces. Be pragmatic.
This is a Viper's situation.
It looks like. Why would you even want to? Zerg Queen
Okay, we
has
need all the
emerged.
gas from here.
I'm told your Zerg mutation.
Get as many roaches as I can. And then with the hive on the way.
You don't have nearly enough Vespine.
5 Vipers. Oh. It's gonna be a little dicey. We're gonna have to just back off for a while.
Complete. Impressive.
We just keep backing off and fighting a delaying tactic.
Inadequate Vespine gas. Enemy radar. Enemies in our base. Pay attention. Drones under attack. My condolences. Your Vespine reserves are lacking. You need more Vespine. Our army's in skirmish. They're hitting your base. Spring. The enemy's begun hostilities. Drones under attack. My condolences. Your force is under mineral patch has been stripped. You are at max supply. Pay attention. Mineral field is out. Claim another. You don't have nearly enough Vespine. A fascinating moment in Zerg evolution. Herald. They're attacking. You are at max supply. Everything spoken for. The enemy's begun hostilities. Belay that order. Our army's in skirmish. A mineral inadequate. Creep tumor under attack. Not looking forward to watching another one grow.
Vipers are the answer.
Patch has been strip mined. Mineral field dropping there is impossible.
He probably has that side.
Why would you even want more than that?
This might be a situation for abducts. There might not be enough units otherwise.
Enemy raid on our forces. Be pragmatic.
Is that other one up there? Is that just nothing? I can't even tell with the classic skins. Oh my god, I never killed that. Get it!
You have reached maximum
We still haven't racked up another half of a G. I mean, the 5 Vipers will make up for 50 supply of Roach Hydra. Yeah, I don't know what he was doing with 200 APM.
You have to be kidding me. Anyone can be this bad. Fuck this game, man. Bullshit. Oh, it's so fucking stupid. It hurts so much. Who does that? Fuck this game, man.
It's unreal! History has been made!
This is a new moment in Starcraft.
Unbelievable performance! I can't even believe it! The WCS Starcraft 2 World Champion!
And then they use that same intro thing every year for like 4 years and change the years. At least they change. It is good. Like, it is good. I do like it. And there is, it's been like this for as long as I can Bob. As long as I can remember, there's like a 1 in 10 chance, and I have no idea why, but a 1 in 10 chance that after you get out of a game, it puts the main menu up. Like, so you get an intro. It doesn't happen every time. Not nearly, but it happens enough. It's like, what? What's going on here?
Make more overlords, or keep them. We need...
There's a lot of random players. You know what I haven't faced? A Protoss. At all. You know why? They're all in GM. Got it. It actually is a real issue.
Real estate's preserved.
Protoss very, like it, and it's just getting worse and worse. Is, Protoss very good in best of ones. As many of you know. Very good in best of ones. But the reason they're not dominating tournaments is because once you extend it past a best of one,
Minerals for that.
you only have so many cards in the deck.
Be industrious.
I do attribute some of it to the fact, like, the Void Ray was buffed before the meta quote settled. And that has created a lot of, especially ladder pain. But part of it, in my opinion, is that, like 3 times in 5-6 years, Protoss had to relearn how to play. Like, you could take my guide from 2016, use the exact same build as Terran, and probably a Zerg, and still be pretty much on track for at least Diamond. Like, whereas the build order guide for Protoss is like, and then you build your mothership core, and you get pylon overcharge.
You haven't got the minerals.
And then shield batteries were added, and then recall, and then shit. Like, Protoss has been
More minerals.
twisted and turned, and essentially Protoss players had to relearn their builds 4 times, almost entirely, at a level that Terrans and Zergs just did not. So what happened now? Like, it's been over a year since a change like that. So Protoss players have finally kind of figured out
Start rationing.
how to open things up. And I think that's why you're seeing, 1, in tournaments, and 2, especially on ladder, when everybody now has a handle on it. I think that was a major factor of, like, why Protoss was struggling in tournaments, is just at the pro level. The fact that Terrans could, like, Maru has been doing 3cc builds for, like,
Evolution.
well, until Rogue shows up, far too long. Like, Maru's been doing fucking 3cc Hellion. I don't know why I forgot Banshees existed. For, like, 10 years.
You're low on energy.
Protoss players, on the other hand, it's like, oh, we have a mothership core. Okay, this is how Warp Gate works. Okay, this is kind of how Warp... Okay, now Warp Gate works differently in different areas with different units. It's like, wait, whoa. And also, this is a shield battery. Wait, what? Whereas Terrans are like, okay, well, it's going to be very different in Legacy of the Void. All right, I'm going to open up Reaper. I'm going to follow up with Hellions. And then I'm going to make a Banshee. That Mara's like, no, I'm not.
The queen is
He probably
ready
should have,
for her
but-
coronation.
But otherwise, most Terrans are like, and then I'll make a Banshee. It's like, oh, is that Blue Flame Hellions? Oh, we're going all the way back. All right. Wait, those aren't... That's not a greeting card. Those are Blue Flame Hellions. Okay, this is the Wings of Liberty build, dude. Remember, Terrans have 2 types of builds. There's, the 2-1-1, and then there's whatever they learned in Wings of Liberty. Alright? Those are their builds.
Force is under attack.
Which is usually Hellion related. If they're not Bronze League heroes and are just building siege tanks. Which is essentially what they learned in Wings of Liberty anyway, so. think we'll go 6 to 7.
That real estate's reserve. You're low on energy.
Hmm.
You don't have nearly enough Vespi. Your creep tumors
Okay.
imperil.
No, I'm getting direct. You know, no, I gotta clean this up. Okay, 6:30 to 7. I see nothing at the natural. To
The
7:30,
queen
that is.
is ready for coronation.
I don't know if he has it.
A mineral field
Same
is
build for
depleted.
years, gets
I
pretty
hope you
boring.
aren't
Tell that
just
to
sitting on
Artosis in the Brood War. Alright. Oh no. Those are blue flame hellions. Well, the queen's trying her best. I mean, he's not really microing. He's getting there.
Fascinating moment in Zerg.
Okay. It's actually, I'm actually gonna have potentially some drones with this. I mean, I didn't expect there to be many drones left, but here we are. So I guess. I assume there's a bit. Yeah, it's macro time. You know what? Actually, we gotta go with the
Is under attack. Take control of the
elusive double timing. 8 to 9. 8 to 9. I know, a bold move. We'll see if it pays off. Vendaya scam. Yep, that's my third.
mineral patch
There it
has been
is.
strip mined. A mineral field is depleted. I hope you aren't just sitting on them.
He didn't kill the Ovi. Oh no, my base.
The enemy's begun hostilities.
If I get some 5 watt, that actually is gonna hurt. We got 8 seconds. No, actually the roaches are doing okay-ish. Okay.
Your base is under attack. How will you respond?
Make sure the queens are tanking all the tanks.
Need more energy. Find a solution. Not enough energy. It's all in order.
Well, queens are very good. I need to learn how to transfuse. Well, thankfully for you, there's a hotkey right on the button. Another no GG. Oh yeah, we have. I don't know how many games it's been, but we have really not racked up very many Gs. We've racked up a total of 0.5. We got a single G about 7 games ago. I think we're at like. I did lose a couple to start, but I'm not counting my own GGs. Because that seems a little backwards. Bob Cow. Okay, Bob. My coaching will have no effect on his Terran.
Some conventions on hold.
Those who don't know, he's a Diamond Protoss. I've been coaching. Yes, you can get coaching for an inordinate price. But I don't think, and I'm certain he knows what's going on. So, do we even count these GGs? When he GGs at the end, or I do, does it really count? Yeah, this is a I don't want to be publicly shamed GG at the end of the day. What if he is sniping? I hope he is. I know how we've played Archon. I know how distracted he gets. If he's sniping, it's gonna hurt more than help. Because he's probably seen all the rest of the games. He knows I'm gonna sit there, I'm gonna go roaches, and essentially just try to run him over. So if he tries to play around that, he's gonna really hurt himself. But then again, this is his. Every month he comes to me for coaching. He's like, I wanna learn. Okay, I'm working on this build, and every month it's just a fucking DT rush. Okay, for like 3 months, he's like, I'm working on this build, and I'm like, you're just making a Dark Shrine. I know that's like the meta right now, but it's not a build. You just made a Dark Shrine, and then eventually sauntered into his base with DTs and probably win about half the time off that. Which isn't enough to rank up, that's the issue. But it's not enough to really lose enough. Thing is, it's not even like it's not even an out of the meta strat right now. Zest against Terran especially, but also against Zerg, like between 20 and 40% DT rushes. It's not even a bad strat. It's just like mentally bad for you. Because you're like, I'm doing a DT rush, and now it's like a very expensive Reaper.
You haven't got the minerals for that. Zerg Queen has emerged.
I feel like I should play the Titanfall 2 campaign just like once every 6 months. But Winter, you still haven't finished the 10-year achievement hunt. I'll be honest. Every one of those videos got, or at least the vast majority, got less than half the views of like your average, not even like a good professional cast, not even like a popular one, but like of my normal casting. On top of like being kind of frustrating to do. So I'm like, maybe someday. But there's like Giant Grant, is it? He's like, I'm gonna beat the campaign with only Marines, which I tried to do for the original like Twitch Rivals achievement hunt, and I succeeded, but not as dramatic.
You're low on energy.
There are much more interesting playthroughs than me struggling.
Get more minerals. Be industrious. Build it on creep. I don't care how it smells. You need to dig up more minerals.
How about doing HOTS with only Zerglings? When I did the HOTS campaign the first time, I killed all my units with Kerrigan on Brutal. And then I just finished the missions like I was playing like an action RPG with Kerrigan, because the difficulty is such a mismatch from Wings at Liberty.
Get more minerals. Be industrious.
Like, Brutal of Heart of the Swarm, if it hasn't been adjusted at any point, is like not even hard Wings of Liberty. Part of it is like how the checkpoints and stuff work. No. I wish there was like Brutal plus. Imagine co-op mutators, but just in camp. Yeah, that would definitely break the missions, but Fine. Break them. I don't care.
Not enough energy. Start rationing. You haven't got the minerals. You're low on energy.
I mean, co-op is essentially just campaign missions. Is there any co-op mission that's like unique? There's a couple that are unique to co-op, I think, that aren't like bastardizations of campaign missions.
Creep tumor under attack. Not looking forward to watching another one. Our army's in a skirmish. Get more minerals. Be industrious. You need to dig up more minerals. The queen is ready for her coronation. Not enough energy. Start rationing. Your creep tumor is in peril.
7:05.
Take control of the situation. They're attacking tumor.
Come back. At least he's not sniping. That might be why he lost the Banshee.
Mineral field is out. Claim another.
Or, like, to be honest, trying to do two things at one time. Move the Hellions and move the Banshee is a lot. Alright?
Mineral patch has been stripped mined.
I'm gonna give Bob some credit. We're gonna go 90 seconds. Alright? 7:35.
Evolution complete. Impressive.
Let's see. Not building yet. Is it mech? It looks like mech.
I'm told your Zerg mutation is finished.
Alright.
Great tumor under attack. Want to morph that there. Forward to watching another one grow. Our army's in a skirmish. The enemy's begun hostilities. Morphing there is impossible.
Is it not
Real
mech?
estate's reserved. Enemy raid on our forces.
Oh, it's just
Be
Marines.
pragmatic. Mineral field is out. Claim another. Control.
It should be all the OVs I need.
Your force is under attack. Take control of the situation. Make more overlords. Or keep fidgeting.
And then I made a couple more because I forgot I built
Set it
OVs.
down on creep.
Classic.
Enemy raid on our forces. Be pragmatic. Why did you even want to morph that there? No. Set it down on creep.
Yeah, I gotta be careful about the rocks on this map.
The enemy's begun hostilities. That'll work if you pop another one.
Ooh, that's a lot of stuff. Now we gotta back off till 2-2 here. He's macroing! Oh no, he's doing exactly what I said to do.
There is impossible. A new mutation.
How dare he?
You're low.
Just in case, we gotta go for the fungals.
A queen's here to provoke.
A very good angle.
You need more energy.
He only has 1-1. He stims again, he's in a terrible
Looks
spot.
like it's done evolving.
Now without Medivacs, he has a tough fight.
Mineral patch has been take control of the situation.
So you get 2-2. Yeah.
Mineral field is out. Claim another. The enemy's begun hostilities.
Go home.
Unique. That real estate's reserved. Your Vespine reserves are not.
Vipers are the answer,
A queen's here to
as always.
morphing there is impossible. They're attacking tumor. Enemy raid on our forces. Be pragmatic. Evolution complete. Impressive. Your creep tumor's imperiled.
Oh, maybe a lurker den at some point would be good. Full energy.
Mineral patch has been strip mined. The queen is ready for not enough energy. Mineral. You're at max supply. Everything's spoken for. Mineral field is out. Claim another. You have reached maximum supply.
I like the way they float up.
It's all in order.
Yeah, that was... Bob was intentionally... Remember, he has the benefit of, one, being coached by me. And two, watching some of this. Essentially, what I've said every time is the best way is to just simply macro more. And now most players, the point is, many of the players don't know I'm taking a minute or two AFK. Like, that's not an expectation, but the point is, like, I can take a minute or two, up to 2, that was 90 seconds, and still be ahead economically, because that's how little people usually focus on building both workers and units. That game, though, was not so much, to Bob's credit. It wasn't an issue with the macro, it was an issue with the fighting into a concave of better upgraded Hydras. Yes, bio counters Roach Hydra, but with like 3 asterisks up there. Like, if the upgrades are close, if it's a good engagement angle, and if the numbers are not overwhelming. But there were multiple fights where there were way more Hydras than could be dealt with. The upgrades were behind, and it was a bad angle. I think we'll wrap that up, though. I think Bob... Thank you. And Bob wanted the, on top of everything... Oh my god, what's going on here? Recommending a lot of the games on ESL Pro Tour, so thank you for that. And if you enjoyed this StarCraft Cheese Hour, like and subscribe. And also, this is a new thing. I guess this is mostly for Twitch. YouTube says they, like, and I've seen this a couple times, I guess, I just kind of zone out. They do surveys on the end of videos. Where they're like, did you like that video? And just answering it all is a big deal. Even if you're like, fuck that guy and fuck this video. That's a plus. Better to say, that guy's amazing and I'm going to watch more, but like, just filling out the survey apparently is a big part of what gets new viewers to your channel, is people are willing to go through the effort of that, so... It's literally like it's like, remember how when YouTube had stars? This is the only way to rate a video with stars. There's stars on the survey thing. So do that, thank you. Yeah, I did, at first I was like, we'll just do this gimmick. I'm like, this is probably a pretty fun thing.